Channel. I'm Kenna and I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Douala, Cameroon. Thank you for clicking on this link. If this is your first time seeing my face, you're welcome. Please just click on that subscribe button. It is free. It's the red button under here. It is free. You don't pay anything if you want to get more videos from me. And also click on that bell, because that bell lets you know each time I make a new video. Today I'll be talking about love language, and this is kind of a request, though it's something I had wanted to do, but this is kind of a request because I did this video on things I wish I knew before I got married, and I talked about love language and said I wanted to do a video about it, and a lot of you were like, yes, can I please do a video on love language, because we don't understand what love language is. So that's what I'm talking about today. Okay, so what is love language? Love language can be simply defined as the way an individual feels loved. We are different people, we come from different backgrounds, we have different ways of thinking. So each person has his or her own way that they feel loved. And it's not your place to go and start judging somebody like, how can you feel loved only by this way or that way or things like that? No. So that's just it, how somebody feels loved. And there are actually 5 different types of love languages, and if your partner does not understand that this is not your love language, the person will be going the wrong way, because each time they'll keep trying to please you using the wrong love language, when things could have been made easy if they just knew what your love language was. Like I said, there are 5 different types of love languages, and I'm going to be giving you the 5 and explaining so that you understand exactly what this love language thing is all about. The very first love language we have is words of affirmation. What does that mean? It simply means that you are that person who feels loved when people tell you nice things. Like, it's not everybody that is moved by words. There's some people that you can say the sweetest things to them, but it doesn't mean anything to them. It's just like, these things that you're saying, they're just words. I need more than just words. But there are actually some people who enjoy, who love listening to love. In short, not only love words, like just words of affirmation, words of encouragement, and things like that. Okay, let me give an example. An example of words of affirmation can be like, oh my god, you look nice today, you did so well in your presentation, you were so nice today. In fact, like just things like that. You can also be telling the person, I love you, I care for you, because there are some people who they're in relationships and they find it so hard to say I love you to their partner. They are more of showing them. But if your partner is that person who is into you actually talking and showing them, then that there's going to always be an issue. So you have to learn how to put yourself out there to tell them all the time, I love you, I like this about you, just encouraging them with your words. The second one we have is acts of service, and this is the thing. A lot of women have the misconception that all men's love language is acts of service. Like African women, they just feel like, okay, the only way I can show a man I love him is through acts of service. What is acts of service? Just doing things for him, washing for him, cooking for him, cleaning for him, and things like that. But not every man's love language is acts of service. There are some men who probably prefer words of affirmation to acts of service. So you just have to know which one your partner prefers, so you don't start going and you're there killing yourself and it doesn't mean anything. I know a lot of men whom you can clean from today till tomorrow, and the man is just looking at you like, I appreciate everything you're doing for me, but you doing those things in no way makes him feel like you love him. So that's it. An act of service is not only a man's thing. Let me give an example of acts of service. Okay, it doesn't only mean housework, because when some people just hear acts of service, some people will just be like, acts of service, I have to work, cook, go to the farm, do this, do that. Not necessarily that. It doesn't always have to surround. It doesn't always have to be about the household. An easy example could be your partner has so many errands to run and you're free and you're just like, okay, since you have so many errands to run, maybe I can help you to do this errand or that errand or this thing. Like, that's still act of service. And actually, there are some women who will love a man who can do stuff for them. Like, some women feel loved if their partner can just sit one day and is just like, oh, I'll cook you a beautiful meal, I can help you to wash your clothes. And the woman feels loved. She's like, wow, okay, this man, he loves me because he does these things for me. And there are also some men too who actually feel like, okay, this girl loves me because she does these things for me. Whereas there are some people whom whether you do those things or you don't do those things, it doesn't mean anything to them. Okay, the third love language we have is receiving gifts. A lot of men, sorry, feel that women are all about gifts and money, and you just buying things for them. I'm personally one of those people that receiving gifts is not my love language. Not that I don't love gifts. I love gifts, but I can still live happily if the gifts are not there. So I don't depend solely on, oh my God, this guy loves me if he buys me a new phone, or he builds a house for me, or he does this. No. And there are a lot of women like that, but majority of men always think that, okay, this girl will know I love her if I can buy her a car, if I can rent a house for her, if I can give her expensive gifts, take her to expensive places and things like that. But honestly, not every girl is about that. It's just people are just different. So that's a misconception a lot of guys have, because they feel that women are all about receiving gifts. That's the only love language women understand. And when I say receiving gifts, guys, I'm not talking about constantly extravagant gifts, like I was saying, buying a car, house, piece of land to show your partner that you love them. There are some people that no matter how many things you buy, I know people that no matter how many things you buy, right, she's just looking at you like, this one, he's doing it because he wants something. He's not doing it because he loves me. It's not a sign of love when you're getting all these things from me. So yes, that's one thing that I think a lot of guys should understand, that not every woman's love language is receiving gifts, because not everybody will feel that these gifts shows that you love them. And also, receiving gifts is not a thing only for women. There are also some men who feel loved and appreciated when they receive gifts from their partners, because a lot of girls these days they're just like, oh my God, what will I even buy for him? They're like, he has everything, what will I even buy for him? Sometimes these little things matter. I always say that to my husband, because there was a time that he used to tell me that, Kenna, I don't just want to come and give you any kind of gift. I want to give you something that when you stand somewhere and say that my husband bought this thing for me, everybody will bow and be like, ha, your husband has given you a gift. And I'm like, okay, I understand you, but the truth is, not every time, like it's not every time that you always have to be giving me extravagant gifts. You could just be coming back from work and you just see let me say chocolates, and you just buy, even if it's 500 200 francs, you buy it for me. That is a lot. Like, that is a lot. I'll just be like, oh my God, so you're thinking about me all day. So sometimes it doesn't always have to be something really big to show that you love the person. The little things count sometimes. The little things that you do, that you are feeling that like, I'm not even doing anything, will just make the person to feel so special. So yes, that's the third love language we have. Our fourth love language we have is quality time. There are just some people that generally know, you could buy them a house, tell them you love them every day, like just show them all the other love languages, and they're just looking at you like, thank you, but the person is not happy. The person just wants your time. Like, that's all the person wants. The person just wants your time. And it doesn't mean that the person wants to be with you 24/7. No. The person just wants you to sacrifice sometimes. And you're like, no phones, no nothing. I'm just going to spend the day with you. We're just going to have time just for us. You spend quality time with each other. Just be there with each other. Have a good time. Just the two of you. There are some people who feel loved. Like, if your partner can sacrifice, like, okay, I'm going to stay home today, we're going to watch movies together, we're going to cook together, we're just going to spend time, it's just me and you today. That person is like, oh my God, if you can sacrifice every other thing you had to do just to sit with me, that's how I feel loved. So that kind of person, you could just be doing everything, and the person is just like not satisfied because all they want is your time. Let me give a good example. An example would be, let's say there's a rich guy who can give everything to his girlfriend or his wife. So he provides everything she needs, but the girl is never seeing him. That girl is not going to be satisfied. The girl will always be like, I have everything, but I'm not happy. And this guy will be feeling like, you're so selfish. Like, I give you everything you want. I give you money. I give you gifts. In fact, you don't lack anything. So what is your problem? The person's problem is just that you cannot spend time with them. So in that case, you just have to start thinking like, okay, if I've been doing all these things for this person, but the person is not happy, what does it mean? It means that's probably not their love language. Maybe if I just try spending time with them, they're going to be happy. And if you try that, you just see it works like magic. And then last but not least, we have physical touch. When I say physical touch, I'm not talking only about the doing of the do and things like that. No, it's just like, you know, that person that just appreciates it when you hold their hands. There are some people that will be complaining non-stop, like, he can't even hold my hand in public, he can't even hold my hand in public, he doesn't even act as if I'm his girlfriend in public, we just stand near each other just like that. Or the guy could want to hold the girl's hand, and the girl's like, oh. So the guy's like, this one, is she ashamed of me or what? There are those type of people, and it's not necessarily, they don't necessarily want public display of affection. No, it's just those people that they feel loved when you're just close to them. There are some people who are just cuddly, they just like soft, they just like the touch and things like that. There are some people like that, just the fact that you can just sit and hold their hands in public, the person is just like, oh my god, this person just, he's just holding me, it just makes me feel loved. So yes, that is the final love language. So was this video of any help to you? Let me know in the comment section. Do you now know your love language? Okay, so before I go, this is just the last thing I want to say. Your love language must not always be your partner's love language, because you see somebody, for example, their love language is receiving gifts, and then the person keeps doing that to their partner, and their partner is not satisfied, and you're like, but that is how I feel loved. Why are you not feeling loved like that? It's simply because it's not their love language. So it's very important that you find out what your partner's love language is, as well as your own love language, so you don't start mixing things up. Because when you're in that situation where you probably know your own love language and you don't know your partner's love language, it's automatic. You just be doing those things that make you feel loved, because you feel like, okay, this is how people feel loved, but that is not how it goes. What makes you feel loved is not the same thing that must make your partner feel loved. The same as you guys could still have the same love language. So what I'll just tell you to do is ask your partner, what should I do that will make you to feel loved? Is it this, that, or that? If you don't want to ask them, okay, go the harder way. Just start try all the 5, and then you see how the person reacts to the 5, and then you know which one is your partner's love language. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Love you.